super funny guy. Give it up for Luke Capasso, everybody! Luke Capasso!
In 1,000 feet, continue on Winterbelt Freeway.
I made it, dudes. The cleave. I believe in the cleave. You can achieve if you can only get to the cleave. So that's where I am. I'm off to do my my first spot at the Cleveland Comedy Festival. Late laughs. It's a Cavaliers game, and as Cleveland has a strictly LeBron James based economy, I don't have a good feeling about turnout, but I'm gonna try to stay positive. Try to stay positive either way. If we get 2 people, I'm gonna go balls deep right in their face with my jokes.
All right, Cleveland. What's happening? Yeah, good, a lot of juice in here. I like this. Did something bad happen down here earlier that we didn't know about? Some sort of accident outside or something?
It wasn't bad. It was a good opening night. Yeah, again, they had the Cavaliers game on, so that hurt numbers-wise. And by the time I got on, it was after about 10 other comics, so I think the audience I gave it all I got. I did have a few people come up really nice. They're like, they gave me a really nice compliment. They said, like, your material's really strong, your liver's really good. This was definitely not the room for it, but I can imagine when you hit that crowd. It's better than my grandpa. My grandpa said, I'm sure you're funny for somebody, just not me.
Some people see old chicken in the fridge and they throw it out. Not me, I make soup out of that shit. And I eat a lot of soup. In case you guys don't know, I'm talking about fucking old women. That's just so that's clear.
I sound like I'm talking shit. But I still have culture shock in this country. This is still weird. Like I said, I was in the UK performing for a long time. I started there, did my first 6 years there, doing comedy. And in general, again, it's going to sound like I'm talking shit, but American people, they're really confident people.
You guys excited? Yeah. Should be. Something really good. So good you guys are going to be pooping out of your penises and busting nuts out of your butts. I don't know, it could be shit too, I don't know.
Some are real cool right away, but a lot are real arrogantly confident from the beginning and talk to you like you're a piece of shit. And then they go on stage and they're not really funny. And so I'm not really sure the basis of their arrogance. But I do think it's a cultural difference. Because there's an annoying side to the English, or British in general, Irish, Scottish. They're sort of the same way as they like to pretend like they're shit at something. And then, ta-da, I actually do it all the time. But America, we're about bravado. When you do anything, you gotta pretend to be the shit at it, or people don't take you seriously, I guess. I'm not really sure. I think, because, like, with America, you see people, like, we raise our kids, like, everyone gets a trophy, you're all magical. Disney films, you might start off shit, but you're gonna turn into a princess. Everything's gonna work out. Your shit smells like flowers. Whereas the English, they teach the kids, like, your life's going to be terrible, you're going to die alone, none of your dreams will ever come true, everything's going to be shit, the sun will never shine.
The other one, I'd like to be cremated. That's the other funeral I want. So cremation's when they hollow your dead body out and turn it into a frog puppet and sing songs of love to little kids. That's just really just play on the word Kermit there, so you know.
RV-wise, I'm sitting pretty, dude. You should see this fucking spot I got. I'm in there tight like a tiger, man. I can barely open my door. However, I like it. The wind's beating the shit out of it. I feel it rocking back and forth. It's terrifying.
Alright, I'm not bagging on Christians. That's not why I put down here called shit. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm actually jealous. I'm not a religious man. I was raised in a Shiite Catholic family. We were militant about our Catholicism. That's how I was raised. But I feel like I'm jealous of it. Because my sister, she's always like, at least I know where I'm going to go when I die. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't like, sir, you know where you're going to go? You're going to die? You know you're gonna die, right? I don't wanna... It's probably depressing in here. I don't wanna fuck it up anymore.
Verizon, and you'll get vehicle diagnostics, emergency incident alerts, and pinpoint roadside assistance.
The lady was going to charge me double to come on this lot. It's right by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But I flirted with her a little bit. I was like, baby, come on now. Don't be like that. She's like, oh, you're right. Sweet thing. But no, she said, because I'm not busy today, I'll only charge you 8. I should charge you double, but I won't. I don't know. I'm sexy. I guess you get the discount, the sexy guy discount. It's an unfair world. Oh, that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was good, man. That shit was inspirational. I would have liked to have done this before the festival. Kind of get your juice going, but I got a couple shows tonight, so maybe I'll squeeze that juice into those shows. I was going to video inside the place, but fuck you, just go yourself and see it for yourself. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. I can feel it calling in the air tonight.
The Cleve! All right. This is my final day at this illustrious, prestigious, career-defining Cleveland Comedy Festival here in Cleveland.
Oh, shit. It is day 3 of the old Cleveland Comedy Festival. Yes. It is a festival indeed of jokes and stuff. I'm drinking tonight. A gentleman, tonight's gig was not exceptional.
Where better to package my dreams and travel to have them crushed besides the beautiful people of Cleveland. Here we are. We've come together at this moment.
I will say that. It was still fun for me. But a guy gave me some of this. It's Cleveland's own Great Lakes. Gave me a 6er. This guy's like, welcome to Cleveland, have a 6-pack of beer. And the room we were doing comedy in, not so many people. But next door they were doing music. A few more people. And I talked to the band and he hooked me up with some of this great. It's delicious. Oh yeah, the Christmas ale. I talk a lot of shit about craft beer. I'm not sold on this craft beer movement yet. I don't care, you can argue all you want. But I really like a company that's been doing it for 200 years and knows it's not shit. Not some guy who's been... I don't want your toilet gin. I don't want some beer you just made yourself. Well, that's it, folks. I'm sure by the time this video's done, it's just going to be a hodgepodge of bullshit. I did try to film every day, something. But I was having fun. I was talking to the folks. I was checking out the city of Cleveland. Highly underrated city as far as scenic city beauty goes. If you kind of like that John Cougar Mellencamp Rust Belt past its prime kind of flavor. And it sounds like I'm talking shit, but I'm not. I love that kind of shit. I like the way Pittsburgh looks. Wheeling, West Virginia. Beautiful. All of the Rust Belt. It's got a charm I like. I did 2 spots in Kent. One was filmed. Hopefully if I get the footage for it, I can edit that together and make a thing out of it. It didn't go too bad. Played around with the Kent kids a little bit. And, yeah, no, the festival did everything I thought it was going to do. Some of the spots weren't, so I'll say there were 2 kind of not good ones. They have, the festival, when I say festival means it's just basically one venue had a bunch of shows, and they had a contest there, which I don't know how you apply for what. You just put in and they kind of pick your names out of a hat. And then they have a hall across town, which the first night I did it was cool, and then... yeah, it was good. I mean, it was good. They always sell these festivals bigger than... they're always like, we're going to have this and this and industry there and all this stuff. I don't know if they had industry there, it was like the food service industry or Teamsters or something like that. I don't know if they had like, I didn't see any comedy industry there. Maybe they were there for the contest bit. And yeah, again, it's kind of, guess you just treat it like a trade show, I guess, and you meet some people and you show them what you can do. And maybe it helps out down the road. I don't know. But it did everything I wanted it to do. Main thing I was treating it as, because I went to Columbus Wednesday night, did a spot there, stayed at the beautiful Walmart, actually right next to the college game day bus, which was kind of cool. In Cleveland, called ahead, found a spot to stay, stayed there. Solar panels, didn't need to plug in anything, stayed nice and warm. Did my spots, had fun, and I think some people, I met a couple comments who were complaining about the money they had to spend on a hotel and all that. I didn't have any of that. My food was all good old Kroger's food. Got my points. And then because of the flexibility of my situation, I met one cool dude there, and he's like, well, there's tomorrow night, there's got a couple things in Kent, and it wasn't planning on going to Kent, and slid down, did that. I talked a little bit before in another part of this video about UK and US comics, the difference, and there's really not any difference. I was just talking out my ass. I just know, I mean, it's the same but different in the approach. And I think with comedy, is such a weird thing. A lot of times people always try to compare it to music or something like that as an art form, and it's not. It's not really like any art form that I can tell. Because you have to, when you tell a joke, if they don't laugh right away, then that joke failed. And that night, that shit that you've been chasing, like I said, I compare it more to, I got a few friends that are, well, they're still my friends, but maybe not as close as we used to be, but that are pretty hardcore junkies. And I compare it more to being a junkie than an artist, because sometimes you'll get this gig and the room's perfect. Your jokes, they all land, pow, pow, pow. And it's an amazing feeling. And then you're always chasing that feeling, right? And a lot of times you'll meet a new comic, or meet a comic for the first time, and for the first 5-10 minutes, it's like they're giving me their resume, basically telling me how awesome they are, or like they're crying about something. But even when they're telling you how awesome you are, really I think they're just saying like, they just need a hug, and like they want someone to tell them that like, you also know how hard they're working, and you want someone to appreciate that. And that's why a lot of people, you come to these festivals because you hope someone will appreciate the work that you're putting into your craft or your art form. And some of those dudes and gals, sometimes maybe they feel like they're not getting that, so they want to, I don't know. So like I said, you get through that after a little bit, then you kind of get into actually having a real conversation about their life and all this kind of stuff. And it's usually, for me, like I think, I really like talking to comedians. I think they're, at least the ones I find that are doing it for the right reason. It's kind of a noble thing to kind of, at least in my stupid brain, to want to make people laugh for a living. But I think the problem is at these festivals, a lot of people come thinking that we still live in a world where someone's going to be sitting in the back with some white gloves and a paper and a pen and be like, "Welcome to comedy, sir. Your problems are over." And that's just not how it is anymore. And I think, especially with the newer comics, they're a little bit, seem to get bitter right away, and you get, some of them quit, and some of them stay through it, some of them just stay bitter. But I think there's a few you meet that come to the realization you just got to do the shit yourself. You got to get the shit done. You got to do RV videos. That's what I told them. You all have to buy an RV, do videos, and your life will be sorted out. Some solar panels. If you can afford it, get a composting toilet. That would be good. Class C, I think, would be better for urban camping. Size-wise, 24 foot would be good. Except I feel like the Class A looks a little more like a bus, so it kind of blends into the urban environment. But I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just a guy in a van. Anyway, I hope this video makes some sort of sense, and I will give the thumbs up to the Cleveland Comedy Festival for any budding comedians. If you want to go and do some spots, then go to the festival. If you want to go and get discovered, I'm not really sure what you do anymore. I'm not really sure how that game works. But anyway, you can go there and have fun. See the beautiful city of Cleveland. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Check out the many bridges. Go for a bicycle ride. And definitely go to Kent. Kent is a beautiful place. Lovely people. I call it the Yellow Springs of Eastern Ohio. That's going to be the name I give it. Anyway, folks, again, I apologize. I promised you a video every day, and I did not deliver. And instead, I just pieced together some nonsense to kind of give you just a snapshot into the world of comedy RVing. Anyway, see you guys later. That's the end of the video, motherfuckers. And no one's been subscribing, so if you could click that button, I'd say thank you in a letter to you. Woo, 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 woo.